Alright, it is Roger with igadgetgeek, and I have another phone review. This time it is the brand new AT&T Nokia Lumia 900. It is a Windows phone that runs on AT&T's 4G LTE device, and it is the first Nokia and AT&T 4G LTE device in the US. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Standard AT&T packaging that we've seen from a lot of phones. Let's go ahead and get some information about the phone itself. It is, of course, 4G LTE. It has a 4.3-inch super black AMOLED display. It is Windows Phone, 8 megapixel, Carl Zeiss optics rear camera. It does have a forward-facing camera for video conferencing calls and everything like that. Now, I've already taken the Nokia out, and I've actually been using it for a few days, but I wanted to just show you the packaging and what all it comes with. Of course, you get your standard little quick start guide, some information from Nokia, your sync and your charger, and a little warranty pamphlet. Let's go ahead and set that to the side. Now, one thing they've done here that I think is pretty unique is this wall USB plug to charge. So you can see this plugs into your outlet, and there's your USB port. Now, I like the way they've done this where the port sticks up so it's flush against the wall. I was really impressed with that. I think that's pretty neat. And then, of course, here's your standard USB to micro USB sync and charge cable. So let's go ahead and take a look around at the hardware. Now, this is a 1.4 gigahertz single core processor with 512 megabytes of RAM. It has a 4.3-inch display with 480 by 800. Now, of course, you have your three standard capacitive buttons at the bottom. You have your forward-facing camera, your proximity and light sensor, and of course your speaker. Now, on the very top, you have your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. You have a secondary microphone, your port here to sync and charge, and right here is your SIM card tray. And we'll go ahead and pop that out. I want to show you because this does take a micro SIM, much like the iPhone 4. So you want to pop that out, and there's where you would place your SIM card. Now, it is the same micro SIM that we started to see in a lot of newer phones. So we'll go ahead and slide that back in there. Now, on this other side here, you have four buttons. You have your volume up, your volume down, your sleep wake, and your dedicated camera button. Now, on the very bottom is some FCC information and your speaker that is used for your speakerphone and everything like that. On the very back, you have a nice black, kind of a soft touch finish on this polycarbonate unibody. Now, you're presented here as a little chrome bezel with your Carl Zeiss optics for your 8 megapixel camera and your dual LED flash. Now, one of the nice things about that dedicated camera button, if your phone is locked and off, you press and hold that and it will take you directly into the camera. So I think that is a pretty nice feature on a lot of these newer Windows phones. So let's go ahead and take a look here at size. Of course, here is the Lumia 900 with its 4.3-inch display, and now we have the LG Nitro with a 4.5-inch 720-pixel display. As you can see, size-wise, these two are about the same. Now, of course, the LG does have a little bit bigger display than the Nokia, but the Nokia is a little bit smaller. They're about the same width. So that kind of gives you an idea. And now we have also the iPhone 4 here, or 4S. It has a 3.5-inch display, where the Nokia has the 4.3. As you can see, of course, the iPhone is quite a bit shorter and not nearly as wide, but in thickness they are about the same dimension. So let's go ahead and dive right into this software. Now, I've done a review of the Titan, so I've kind of, gotten to play with the Windows software a little bit more, and, it's come a long way. It is by far very fast software. It allows you to unlock this phone and get directly into a lot of things very quickly. You don't have to spend a lot of time moving around. Now, it is definitely going to be an efficient operating system, and this is really good for someone that doesn't want to tweak and change and do a lot of customization to their OS. Now, there is inherently not a whole lot of customization like there is on Android or the iPhone, but this still functions and works very well. The battery life, I noticed no problem going through a day. I got exceptional battery life. So here, of course, you have your live panes, and you can arrange these in any way that you want. Now, one of the nice things that I have noticed, and I've been able to download a few from the market, like here's a little weather app that I downloaded, and it goes straight in and gives you your forecast information. But when you go back to your home screen, it actually updates the tile, so it kind of gives you a live tile information. Now, of course, we have the Xbox Live integration that we have seen on previous Windows phones. Now, I am a big fan of this Xbox integration. Now, with this too, they've actually incorporated a couple other things. Now you have Xbox Companion. What that allows you to do is actually control your Xbox 360 from your Windows smartphone. And they also have Xbox Live Extras, which actually allows you to go in and tweak and change the look of your avatar that you use on the Xbox network, which I think is a nice, added feature to be able to go in there and do all these things from your cell phone. Now, of course, here is the family tile. You can change and add groups. So you, instead of having all of your contacts listed, you can actually create groups. So you could have a family group, you could have a friend group, and a work group. Now, of course, you have your dialer, pretty standard Windows Phone dialer. I'm going to say this super black AMOLED display is really nice. I don't know if you will be able to catch this on video, but you cannot actually see where the black bezel ends and the black screen starts because it is so black. I don't know if it'll show up on video or not. I'm going to try to zoom in here a little bit and get kind of an idea there. You can't actually see where the screen ends and the bezel starts because it is so black. Now, I have the theme set up to green, but you can come in here and, of course, change that under themes. Like I have it set up on the lime, where we can change it back to Nokia blue. And as you can see, a lot of those tiles change in color. Even this weather that I downloaded, if you go into it and let it update, it too will change to the new theme color of blue. So you can see now it's changed to blue. Of course, you have your Facebook integration, Twin integration. The calendar app is real nice. It's going to give you, your upcoming events. You tap on it, it'll of course go into your full calendar. You can look at a month view, agenda, all that good stuff. Now, of course, YouTube, there's calculator app pre-installed. See what else we have. Of course, these are some widgets that I downloaded that allows you to turn your Wi-Fi on and off and your Bluetooth on and off. Of course, you have maps. I had no problems locating my location or anything like that with this maps program. GPS locks seem to be very good. Of course, you have your pictures, which will show your camera roll, your albums, all the photos that you upload to the phone. And then, of course, you have your Zune player, which is going to be your music and videos. So I've uploaded Shaun of the Dead here, and I'll go ahead and let it start back up.
Sorry, we've had a couple of drinks. We split up with Liz tonight. Just keep it down, yeah.
Now, one of the things I'm most impressed with about this phone is the speaker volume. Now, the speaker volume on this, whether you're on speakerphone or playing a video or listening music or anything like that, it is very loud. I've been very impressed with the volume output of this speaker. It's going to be one of the loudest phones that I've reviewed. Now, of course, you have your marketplace. Now, pre-installed from AT&T, you have the AT&T code scanner, the My Wireless, the AT&T Navigator, the AT&T radio, and the AT&T Universe mode. Of course, calculator, calendar, and a lot of other stuff. And, of course, you can download all types of things from the market. But all in all, I've gotten to play with this phone for a few days, and I have been very impressed with the build quality of this Lumia 900. It is by far probably one of the best built Windows phones that I have had a chance to review, and it is a Nokia. And if you're a fan of Nokia like I am, I've had Nokias from way back when it was an N95 and such, and Nokia has always built excellent hardware, so it's really nice to see them come to the US with this new hardware and partner with AT&T and Windows to bring such an excellent handset to market. Now, there is one last thing I want to talk about. On the actual headphone port here, you are actually able to plug in. Now, I used a set of headphones for HTC, and it allowed you to have the volume up, the volume down, the play pause. Much like an iPhone, if you pressed that center button twice, it would skip ahead a track. If you press that button 3 times, it would skip back a track. Now, that is very nice integration into that control of your 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, alongside this, there will be some nice accessories launched from manufacturers like Casemate, iFrogs, Nokia, and even Monster. Monster and Nokia have partnered together to bring out a set of high-end headphones. They have 2 styles that will be available at launch, and I'll have more information on that down the road. Now, I will also be trying to get a hold of some of these accessories and doing some video reviews of those accessories for this 900. Now, this has been my full review of the Nokia Lumia 900 for AT&T. There'll be a link in the description to my website where you'll get the rest of the review. I will upload some pictures and photos taken with this Lumia 900. And this has been Roger with iGadgetGeek.